Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down complex topics into clear, actionable insights. Okay, so let's get right into it. If you've got your sights set on the CFA exams for 2026, you're probably asking yourself a few key questions. What's new? What's different? And maybe most importantly, are my old study materials still going to cut it? Well, we're here to get you some clear answers. And, the great news right off the bat is that the big theme from the CFA Institute for 2026 is stability. Yeah, after a few years of some pretty major shakeups, like the specialized pathways and the practical skills modules, things have finally settled down. But don't get too comfortable, because while the curriculum is stable, there are some crucial updates to the rules and the fees that could seriously impact your prep and your wallet. So in this explainer, we're going to walk you through all of it. We'll cover the curriculum updates, or lack thereof. We'll dive into that mandatory practical skills module, put a spotlight on level 3, crunch the numbers on the costs, and then wrap it all up with what you should do next. Let's get to it. First up, let's talk about the curriculum for 2026. And like I said, this is where that theme of stability really shines through. So just take a look at this. For level I and level 3, absolutely no changes. 0. Your 2025 books are good to go. And for level 2, the change is so minor you could honestly blink and miss it. Just one single learning outcome statement about neural networks has been removed from the machine learning topic. That's literally it. This is a huge win for anyone who's retaking an exam or just trying to get a head start with 2025 materials. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about something that is a very big deal and that you absolutely cannot ignore: the Practical Skills Module, or PSM. And let me be clear, this is not optional. So what is a PSM? Well, think of it less like a test and more like a hands-on workshop. It's a 10 to 20-hour online course that's designed to give you actual job-ready skills. This is really the CFA Institute responding to what employers have been asking for: candidates who are practical and ready to go from day one. And the process itself is pretty simple. Once you register for your exam, you just pick one of the modules, work through the videos and case studies, and then, and this is the most important part, you have to finish it before your exam results come out. You do that, you get a confirmation, and your exam score is officially validated. And you've got a great lineup of really relevant topics to choose from. I mean, whether you want to build a 3-statement financial model from scratch, learn the basics of Python, or just sharpen your general analyst skills, you can pick the one that really fits with your career goals. Okay, I really need you to listen to this part. The deadline is absolute. In the past, there was a 90-day grace period after results came out to get this done. That is gone. Let me say it again. That grace period no longer exists. If you don't complete your PSM by the time results are released, your exam result is voided. All that hard work, just poof, gone. Don't let that happen to you. All right, now for those of you gearing up to tackle the final boss, let's put the spotlight on the level 3 exam, because its structure and format demand a very specific kind of strategy. So here's how the level 3 exam is put together. It's basically split into 2 big chunks. About 2/3 of the exam covers the core curriculum that every single candidate studies. But then, that final third is all about one of 3 specialized pathways that you get to choose yourself: portfolio management, private wealth, or private market. The format has also changed quite a bit. It's not the old system of 1 session of essays and 1 of multiple choice anymore. Now, both types of questions, the item sets and the constructed response essays, are mixed together into both sessions. This makes for a much more balanced exam, but it also means you've got to be ready to switch gears between calculation, recall, and writing throughout the entire day. Now, lean in for this one, because this is a game-changing tip, and it comes straight from the CFA Institute. For any calculation questions in the essay section, you do not need to write out the formula. You don't need to explain your work. Just typing the correct final number into the box gets you full marks. So focus your precious time on getting the right answer, not showing your work. All right, let's talk about the bottom line, the part everyone loves, right? The cost. There have been some pretty big and mostly good changes to how the fees are structured for 2026. And we'll start with the best news, especially for anyone who's a new candidate. That one-time $350 enrollment fee that you used to have to pay just to get into the program, it's gone, vanished. That's a great saving right at the very start of your CFA journey. So here is the new fee schedule for 2026. Now, the fees are the same for level 1 and level 2, and level 3 is just a little bit more. But the thing that should jump out at you immediately is that huge gap between registering early and waiting for the standard deadline. And how big is that gap? It's exactly $350 for any level. That is not pocket change. It's basically a free reward just for being organized. The message from the Institute here is crystal clear. Plan ahead and register early. Okay, so we have covered a ton of ground here. What does this all really mean for you and your study plan? Let's boil it all down into your key action items. Here are the 4 big things you need to walk away with. First, the curriculum is stable, so you can absolutely use those 2025 materials with confidence. Second, the practical skills module is mandatory and has a hard deadline, so plan for it. Third, save yourself some serious cash. The enrollment fee is gone, and you can save another $350 on each exam by registering early. And finally, if you're taking on level 3, make sure your strategy is built for that mixed format and focuses on sharp, concise answers. You know, when you step back and look at all of this, the mandatory PSMs, the specialized pathways at level 3, it all points to a really clear trend. The CFA program is actively evolving to close that gap between theory and what you actually do on the job. So the final thought here isn't just about passing a test. It's about what practical skills you are going to choose to build for your own career.